Put my hand in front, you fine.
Yes.
I don't know whether I should make the announcement now. I'll briefly make an announcement. We're having a budget meeting tonight at Linda's house, or Linda's office, and here at the address of
2800 Cleveland Ave.
2800 Cleveland Avenue, 5:30. That's a budget for all the committees, proposed budget for 2018, 2019. We're talking about community service, international service, operations, vocational, membership, etc., etc. I will send out an email asking for your participation in these various committees. But tonight at 5:30 at Linda's office, we are going to develop a proposed budget for you. So you're all welcome. We really do welcome and encourage your participation in these committees and in this budget development. Thanks to all.
And I'll have food there, food and drink. Okay, wine.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Gotten to know some of you, and for those who I haven't gotten to know yet, my name is Chris Brocade. I'm founder of Clean River Alliance. Our mission is to remove trash from the Russian River watershed, educate the public, and create more cleanup events. This picture here, Driftwood Beach, this is just out the mouth of the Russian River in Jenner. This is what inspired me to create Clean River Alliance. We had just previously done a cleanup of that beach about 4 weeks previously to another river rise and flush. And I was just really amazed at all the stuff that had come back down the river, and I was just, and we had just cleaned this up. And part of the problem was there was really nobody else to clean this mess up. There was, nobody had the energy or the capacity to organize a cleanup for this, because we had just already did one. And I say we, it's Russian River Keeper or like Stewards of the Coast or Surfrider. Sometimes they only have the energy or the capacity to organize a couple of these events a year. Now, that's what I was seeing was part of the issue, was it was typically left up to some of the locals. And that day when I was down there, I actually saw that door standing up on the beach from the overlook from out there in Jenner. And with my binoculars, I saw a man down there picking up trash. And I was like, you know, here's this guy down there trying to clean this place up by himself. So I went down there, and this it happens to be a local guy down there. His name's John. He's kind of a legend down there. And Jenner, he goes down and cleans up the beach on a regular basis. So we organized. I got thinking, you know, how can we do something about this? So I started organizing some friends. We started going out on the river and doing some river cleanups. Got support from local outfitters like Burks and stuff like that, loan us canoes and everything else. And my first organized river cleanup was a 2-mile section downriver from Guerneville. We filled up the strip boat about 2.5 hours. And I was just really amazed at the amounts of trash that were on the banks of the river. So as we started going out the river more often, we started to find out, unfortunately, that a lot of the trash that we were finding were coming from homeless encampments. And this is one of the encampments that was in the lower river back in 2015 that we encountered. And I just got thinking, you know, how can we, well, first of all, we started going into some of the camps. And when we knew we were having a cleanup, we would just offer them bags and tell them that we were coming back like the next week and that they stage trash for us. Another situation, a couple of different situations that, you know, we were running into, and a lot of this stuff was just being left behind as well. See that obviously no one's living there, but what happens is they will get arrested or evicted or sick or go in the hospital, and there's nobody to tend to their stuff. Other people in their community go through their stuff, and it can spread out, animals and so forth go through it. So, like I was mentioning before, we just started leaving the bags, come back the next week. Sure enough, we find all the bags that I had left for them were staged for us. And a couple of their big questions were, can we get more bags, and when can you come back? And so I started thinking, well, I hadn't really planned on it, but if I came back and I left you more bags, would you stage it for us? And they started doing that. So and we just started to talk to them about, you know, this is what people are angry about, you know, that you could keep a clean camp and take care of your trash, that most people would probably look the other way or be more tolerant of what's happening with, you know, the situation. So we started, January 2016, we started going to our Vets Connect in Guerneville where they come in for services. It's a program organized by the Vets Connect, it's called Clean Day. We tabled there, we've been tabling there for 2.5 years now. And we offer them a trash service on Thursdays, just like most people have at their homes. And if you could stage trash for us or bring trash into us, we'll have a place for it. It just took off. I mean, they wanted the bags, and the challenge is finding places for them to leave it. So, just like most people, we have a regular trash day. We encourage them to put it out the night before or that morning, and sure enough, they do. And last year, they staged over 45,000 pounds of trash for us on Thursdays, mostly in the lower river area. And it's gotten, you know, word gets out amongst their community, and now we have trash service on Fridays up in Phillipsburg and Cloverdale with the homeless. And word gets out amongst them, and they start cleaning up other places that we don't even know about. So-and-so is not on the river anymore, or whatever happened. I know a spot, we get some bags, hey, we'll clean it up for you and stage it for us. And this is, you know, a lot better situation. We're finding that they're taking pride in the places that they have to stay in. I mean, there's just no housing. I don't know how they're going to house all the homeless in our community. So we need, personally, we need to help them like we do with winter shelters. We need summer camps for them so that we can at least manage some of them at a certain situation, basic services like trash, porta potties, and water. And this is just them doing it on their own. We're not offering them anything but trash service. And they're already creating these situations and these communities where they're working together. That little sign on the tree says, "Please pick up your cigarette butts." You couldn't find, this is a camp with multiple people living in it. You could not find a cigarette butt on the camp in that place. So moving on a little bit, and that's what makes us different as a cleanup group, and that's what's getting a lot of attention. But we do a lot of other stuff. We just not serving or addressing the trash problem of the homeless. We're addressing the trash problem on every level.
What is that?
Exactly. What is that?
Radar bell.
Could be a prop for a theater group, possibly, too. But we just don't know. It's styrofoam though. We know that, and it's one of the, you know, the styrofoam that you see, like a styrofoam cooler, is made up of all those little styrofoam balls. So that is a styrofoam ball made up of styrofoam balls. It's huge. And that was floating down the estuary. So it did come up, and we don't think it came up out of the ocean, we think it came down the river. And here's another situation. This is, actually this is Johnson's Beach. And this is a 4,000 gallon water bladder, one of those that lays on the ground. And came down there sometime or another, but somebody called us on that. It was entangled on the bank of the river.
What was that, Chris? What was that?
It's a 4,000 gallon water bladder, like water tank. It was a mess. We left it in the water and dismantled it and cut it apart. There was literally hundreds of crawfish in that thing. I mean, we were so close to just emptying drag it up and get rid of it. Luckily,
Live crawfishing?
oh, hundreds of them. Babies to adults.
Maybe that's what it was used for.
No, we're not doing it.
That's what turkey.
So, when you cut it apart, like you left it open for a while so they would leave first?
We took it apart and moved them away, moved the stuff to this side. It took over 3.5 hours to put that apart.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
Where do you get rid of all the refuse? Where do you know?
So maybe I could get to some questions after, but that's, we get rid of our refuge and we get great support through the county. We take our stuff to the transfer station in Guerneville and Hillsburg. And sometimes Petaluma, so we go right and take it out. Anyway, the last couple of years, what's really been getting a lot of attention is our homeless outreach and that program. We've got Water Stewardship Award by our local water board. Supervisors who recognized us. And last month I actually went to the state water board and spoke specifically about our programs and what we're doing with the homeless. And they have been recommended by California Coastal Keepers to use Clean River Alliance as a model of what can be created throughout the state. So we're really excited about that, so we're doing a lot of stuff happening with that coming up soon. 2017, 2018, we got involved in the fire recovery. And I have a history of volunteering as a firefighter. So my instinct when the fires broke out was to respond in some way. And unfortunately, I could not respond as a firefighter in any capacity or to get involved with the fire department in any way. So I thought as a minister, being involved in minister groups, how can I get involved? And I started attending the watershed recovery meetings. And they were just so overwhelmed with so many other things on their plate. I was thinking as a volunteer, how can we create a volunteer force to go out and protect some of the areas that weren't protected? Specifically working in Coffee Park and in Mark West Creek, protecting homes, cars, and stuff like that had been protected with these wattles that were being produced right by a gentleman who actually has a wattle company right in Mark West Creek. And everybody just came together with hundreds of thousands of volunteers with over a couple of month periods. We literally laid out 6 to 7 miles of wattles, a lot of miles up in Fountain Grove, protecting the headwaters of a lot of the creeks flowing outside of Santa Rosa. And this is another situation, the Wiggy-Up neighborhood where the grid burned out, and they were the last ones to get any help in getting their properties cleared out because there's no way into their 18 pieces of property that were, the bridge burned out. There was a back road that was just totally impassable for large trucks and stuff like that. So they were one of the last neighborhoods to get any kind of attention. And this green thing that you see laying out on the ground there is a wattle. And that wattle weighs about 1,200 pounds. It's filled with straw, compost, and it's inoculated with mushroom product to create this bioremediation process that captures the toxic runoff. I mean, before last year, I never even heard of a wattle. And I could tell you wattle jokes all the time. I mean, you know, it was awesome to see so many people come together and do this. This took almost 30 people to move one of these things. And together, you know, it's really cool seeing like 30 people work together and not just, yeah, it was super cool. You know, it was a bad thing, but it was, you know, a good thing seeing everybody come together as a community and do this. Another situation we had in the Wiggy-Up neighborhood. Maybe some of you guys remember, guys and gals, the old golf course. There's a golf course there. Well, I think it was like the 16th hole or something like that. It was a fairway that parallels Marquest Creek. Pardon me.
You scared me. That was my wife's
I'm not a member
ringtone.
yet.
It is. I had to look at my phone. I thought it was
There
me.
is a dog leg left. We retrieved, I'll try to make it a long story short, over 4,500 golf balls were right on the bank of Marquest Creek in a dog leg left. The vegetation was so thick with poison oak, and black bear, and everything else. You know, I used to golf with my dad. There's no way I'd be going in that stuff to retrieve a ball. That's just the way it was. We have balls. I don't know how, you know, the old Wilsons. You can see how the old stamps on it. 4,500 of these golf balls. But another community event, you know, we had Santa Rosa leadership come out with over 20 volunteers and remove these golf balls in 90 minutes.
Oh my God.
And I mean, we just scoured it. It was amazing. Another amazing community moment. And they were burnt to every degree you could imagine. Whatever level the ball was sunk into the dirt was what was left of the ball. Some of them were sitting on top and it was melted. Some of the ones that were halfway buried in the dirt, just the tops of them were like mush and you could pull out and you see the bottom half of the ball.
Oh my God.
So moving on to other things that we get involved in, we've been getting involved in a lot of schools. One thing I noticed going to some of the campuses was none of the campuses had any of their storm drains labeled with these placards that say drains to the creek. So I started engaging the students at their schools to apply these placards at their campuses. And we've been going around Sonoma County, Montgomery High School, Parkside Elementary, Credo. I could go on, but we've been going out and engaging a lot of schools. And anybody that doesn't know Carrie and Sally Sorensen, they're another, you know, they're a couple of heroes, trash heroes. They've been cleaning up a beach in, outside of Bodega Bay called Salmon Creek, North Beach. It's a deposition zone for our trash that comes out of the Russian River. So when the Russian River, when we flood, there's not a storm surge or waves, you know, there's not waves pushing the trash onto Driftwood Beach. It's strong enough to push back through the surf, swirls around a little bit, and then drifts off over to Salmon Beach. And they've been cleaning that beach for about 30 years. They're actually thinking about canceling their cleanup, their monthly cleanup out there because they're finding it hard to get trash off the beach anymore. And they're like what really like drives me and gives us validation. It's another thing that really encourages me to keep going is knowing that we've made a huge difference in the amount of trash they're finding or can't find anymore on our beaches. And that's the same thing with Surfrider and Stewards of the Coast. I've been doing Earth Day cleanups down there before I even started Clean River Alliance for the last 9 or 8 years. And we used to fill up a 20-yard dumpster. Now we have a problem filling up the bottom of it. So it's awesome. Almost there. Just a few other things that we do to, you know, we try to attack trash at every level. It's not just homeless. It's roadside dumping is a huge problem. Day use is a huge problem right now. We have some unincorporated areas in Sonoma County that are getting highly used during the summer, and there's no services there. Thousands of people are going to the river with no bathrooms, no trash cans, and honestly, the county's solution and everybody's solution is to K-rail and block access to everything. There's no other solution. They don't have services anymore for trash or maintaining our beaches. So it's going to take a community effort to do this and to put pressure on to our state and our local county to take care of the trash. If you drive along the 101 freeway right now, and you see all the trash from San Rosa to Petaluma, and that's a Caltrans thing, but the cities need to be putting pressure on Caltrans. That's all micro trash. It's going to go into the storm drains, and that's the stuff we cannot pick up. That's the stuff that's hurting us right now. Anyway, we do adopt a highway, we get involved for a water day, do storm drainage cushions, get incorporate work days. You know, we get involved with that, and companies come out and help us out. So, fire recovery, we got involved with a little flood relief last year. And I have to, you know, we can't do this without the community and all the amazing volunteers who come together and help Clean River Alliance. I love that picture. It's in Monterey. It's a mural out there, right near Dutch Mountain. And that's it. Now we can
Push the button.
Just speak. So what kind of,
He doesn't need a microphone.
what kind of assistance have you gotten from the established trash haulers, like Ecology, people like that have contracts with the city or the county? Are they supporting you at all? Are they giving you dumpsters? How's that work?
And that's, you know, I have to apologize too. I mean, I get a little nervous, forget some stuff, but I am really proud of the support we've been getting locally. And I'll mention the support we get at the transfer stations. But having said all of that, for the first 3 years, we were an all-volunteer grassroots organization with little or no funding. But we've gotten some amazing funding opportunities last year, and as of January 1st, I'm working full-time for Clean River Alliance. And being fiscally sponsored by Russian Riverkeeper, and I would not have been able to do any of this without the help of Don McIntyre from Russian Riverkeeper. He is amazing. They are a premier river steward group, and without working with them and having them support, I would have not been able to do any of this and get even the funding opportunities that we've gotten from the county. Linda Hopkins has allocated a bunch of money to handle the homelessness on the Little River. We're making a huge difference between this project, and I'll just say really quick because I know I'm limited on time. We just started in the last 2 weeks, we started a program called the Clean River Alliance Clean Team, and we're modeling it after a group called the Downtown Streets Team. And they're based out of San Francisco. They have these groups, they work with the homeless. Long story short, they work with the homeless in the downtown districts of some of these bigger communities like Santa Cruz, Nevada, San Rafael. They've been around since 2005. They work with the homeless in the community, and they create certificates for every hour they put into the program. They create these certificates that goes towards food, phones, and everything else. In the last 2 weeks, we've taken some planning, some time, but we got a little more funding. We created that program, and last Monday we had 6 homeless people from our community show up on time, 8:30 is when we start, and spend 4 hours removing over 300 pounds of debris from our streets, including 3 full trash cans that we're responsible for now. And that's, I mean, it's just amazing. So the support we've been getting has been amazing. We would love more support from the public, but Ecology is new there, and we're hoping to create a better dialogue with them. So we get a discount, a non-profit discount on our dog.
Chris, we do have one last task for you. As you know, we have a drawing, and whoever wins the drawing today really hit the jackpot. Jerry brought in all sorts of stuff from his trip to India, including these beautiful handmade handbag, these incense sandalwood incense sticks, and this district Rotary Conference from India.
Nice.
Very nice. So, let me get this other stuff out of the way.
While he's doing that, the other thing I forgot to say is, one of the reasons I'm inspired to be here, and I hope to become a Rotarian, is the things you guys are doing on a world level. And I'm inspired by one of your members, his name's Salvador Rico, and he's up in Ukiah. I've been working with Salvador for the last year and a half, getting to know him longer now on Facebook, but face to face. We've been working together for about a year now, just communicating. I'm helping him manage the cleaning of the river, cleaning the rivers of the world platform on Facebook, and I'm telling you, it is taking off. We have people following us from all over Europe, North Africa, Ecuador, South America, Mexico, all over the world, and it's like, right now, it's really taking off. Even on Clean River Alliance's side, we're making connections every day with people sharing. It's great right now, and it's really taking off. But I got to thank Salvador for inspiring me to be here today, along with Kelly, but Terry, but Salvador's doing amazing work. I look forward to helping you guys and trying to get involved as much as I can.
We got claims on you, Chris.
Also, like I mentioned, that our Interact Club from Camelino has been involved in several of these cleanups. And the number is 8736.
Oh!
Marty, it's not you.
Oh, no.
I got 3-3.
You heard it, Bill? Nope.
3-6.
Gotta be present to win.
8736.
Marty,
Sorry.
I got another chance.
Oh, wait a minute. No way!
Dr. Michael. Dr. Michael.
This is for the early leaving Mark Olson, will be fine. So if I win it, you'll get the incense.
Okay. Yes.
All right.
Ace of spades. Oh, close. So close. So close.
Yeah.
It was a card.
All that good stuff. Do we have a joke of the day? Who's Barbara?
Needs a microphone. 18.
Okay. Yeah. We'll run the board.